Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Leilani and today's video is a video that I wasn't gonna do on this channel. I actually tried to film it already, but I felt like I was rambling too much, so I just decided to not do it. But today's kind of like a story time. I've never wanted to do a story time on YouTube until now. I got triggered earlier when I went back to my high school and I was just like, you know what? I just have to put my high school experience out there because yeah. Anyways, today's video is just gonna be me talking about my high school experience. So before I do get into this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Go ahead and comment down below what your high school experience was, what you got from this video, if you get anything from this video, anything like that. And please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I post every single Tuesday and every single Friday. So without further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and start talking and rambling, and hopefully I make sense. All right, so my high school experience wasn't really how I wanted it to be. I think going into high school, I was really excited because I felt like high school was going to be the time when I really blossomed and I really became like a social butterfly, and I just, was more myself. I've always been one to really want to be into sports and be into, academics and clubs and things like that. And throughout elementary and high school, I felt like, in middle school, elementary school and middle school, I kind of felt like people didn't really like me. And that, in high school, I was going to just be different. That did not happen. I went to high school with a lot of people that I knew. So I just kind of felt like people were always going to see me a certain way. And because of that, I started to not see people the same way either. Because I just didn't want to have people kind of have the same perception of me, as if you aren't allowed to evolve between middle school and high school and become a new different person. So yeah, high school it's weird. It's I had a really good experience in one aspect. On the outside, my experience would look great, but actually experiencing it, it was not good. I just have to be honest. There are parts of high school that I really enjoyed, but overall, it's just hurt after hurt after hurt. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get into that. So, throughout high school, I was always really good with school. I've always been really good with keeping up with my schoolwork, doing my homework. I was the type of kid who always did my homework. I was the type of kid who was just always listening in class, always taking notes. I was the type of kid that legitimately, I learned because I listened in school. I listened to everything the teacher said all the time. Certain things that from literally second grade, I still have in my head now. Certain lessons that I learned about, grammar, I still remember vividly the teacher telling me this, and I absorbed information because my dad, that was one thing that he told us. He told us to always absorb the information. And so I always made sure to do that. So I was always really good with school. Loved learning. I've always loved school. I can't wait to go back to school soon in September for college. I love I just love it. I've always loved school. I hated science though. But when science started to get into math, I really loved it. So I guess it was kind of nerdy. I don't know. I'm not really a nerdy. I'm kind of nerdy. I don't know how to explain it. But school, the class part was never that bad to me. Sometimes, of course, class can get boring, but I still listened. And yeah, my grades were always good. I never have ever in my life had a C, which is, I've just never had a C in my life. I graduated with over a 4.0. My academics were pretty good. Were pretty solid. I was in the top 40, I think, or something like that of my class, which was really good. So I excelled at that. And I think that being really good with my academics was always something that I kind of made part of my identity growing up, because I felt like, well, this is what I'm good at, so this should be like me. This should be a part of me. And I think that that was one of the things that people just know about me, kind of. I don't know how to explain this. I feel like it sounds cocky to say people remember me because I was like pretty good at school. But at the same time, that's not how I wanted to be remembered. Which is dumb now that I think about it. But like growing up, I always wanted to be like Miss Popular. I just wanted to be the girl that everyone just simply liked as a person. And I never really felt like that. I didn't feel like people necessarily super disliked me, but I don't think that anyone really liked me, and I took that to heart because I always try. I'm a people pleaser. I want to be loved by people really badly, and when I realize that you don't absolutely adore me, I just am like, what the heck? Like, I need you to adore me. Which is toxic, I guess, sort of. I don't know. So as far as socially in high school, my social life was so bad. Like the thing about high school was that I gained some of my closest friends in high school, and I realized who like my close friends are. But I went through so many phases where I had this friend who ended up being trash. I had this friend who ended up betraying me in this way, or did this, or said this, or something, or just didn't freaking like me, or just so many things that I just got so closed off emotionally and mentally, just because I was like, I'm done trying to find friends. Like I stopped wanting to befriend people kind of early in high school. I gained friends from being on the basketball team just plainly because I had to be around them anyways. If I didn't play basketball, I would not have gained those friends. I would not have been social because I was so like emotionally cut off, because I just felt like I'm a giver in like every relationship and every friendship. And so when I give so much to you and you tell me pretty much that it's still not good enough for you, I don't know how to take it. And I realized I am giving too much to every single person that I meet. And so I just stopped wanting to befriend people. I remember one time, sophomore year, there was this girl. And back during sophomore year, I was still kind of into Taylor Swift. I'm not anymore. I don't like her anymore. But I grew up obsessed with Taylor Swift. And I remember there was this girl who I didn't know. And so I was like, okay, there's this girl I don't know. I know everybody in this class but you. That's cool, in my English class. And I remember her saying something about Taylor Swift, and me just kind of wanting to get out of my comfort zone and wanting to gain a friend, that I was like, oh my gosh, I love Taylor Swift, and being so kind to her. And she ended up being so rude to me. Just the way, like, so just like flippant and just kind of like, whatever, like kind of tossing away everything that I was saying to her. And I was just like, why don't people like me? So I think that socially, I really did give up a lot. Senior year, actually, I ended up eating lunch alone for like the second half of senior year. Most of senior year, I was like alone. There would be days where I didn't really talk to anyone. Like I would talk to them in class if I had to, but like socially, I wasn't talking to anyone. I would just have my earphones in. I could literally make a playlist of the songs that got me through senior year, because I just remember kind of just being alone and having only music that kind of helped me through it. I remember like Rex Orange County's Sunflower, that song got me through a lot. Loving Is Easy got me through a lot. Daniel Caesar's music helped a lot. I really got into music senior year. Like I just was like, I just need something to distract me. And social media got me through like not being social at school, because I just once you're like a senior in high school and you've known these people all your life, you realize like I'm never gonna fit in with this person. Like they're never gonna want to get to know me. And I just had that pessimistic attitude about it, and I just shut down completely. And socially, high school was not good for me at all. And hopefully in college I meet like, you know, lifelong friends, because I mean in high school I did meet lifelong friends. Like I'm not going to deny that ever. In high school I made some of the best friends I've ever had, but it was like I had to go through so many people and through so much to find the friends that I have now. And those experiences really did break me down, and they really did hurt me. And you know, and a lot of people didn't know that too. A lot of people didn't know the type of stuff that I was going through mentally, and I kind of even suppressed what I was going through mentally. But overall, in actuality, like high school for me, as far as socially, was just it was bad. It was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty rough for me. As far as like getting along with teachers and things like that, I was always, again, I think this goes back to the whole me being good in school. The thing about school that I think a lot of people don't understand is that literally half of it is following direction. If you can follow direction the way that direction is, the way that it's told to you, and just follow the directions specifically and ask questions if you don't understand anything, you are going to be fine. So I was always that kid that did exactly what the teacher told me to do. Like certain teachers would tell you, okay, I want your name to be placed here and the date to be placed here. And I would do that every single time I turned in an assignment. Every single time I would do exactly what they told me to do on the first day of school. I'm that type of person. And so I, you know, followed every direction that the teacher told me to do, pretty much. So as far as like getting along with teachers, I was always like just kind of a student that teachers really liked. It actually ended up getting me this really big award. I got the highest honor that you can receive at my school. My senior year, you have to be nominated by three different teachers, and three different teachers nominated me. One, I think, was my coach, but anyways, I was nominated, and then I actually got the award. So I think that says something about, I was just always one of those kids who no teacher could ever complain about, and I never really got into it with teachers. I disliked some of my teachers that I had. Some of them kind of came off as rude, kind of insulting, and I think that, but for the most part, honestly, I got along with most of my teachers. I was pretty cool with, I was just that student that, I wasn't like a teacher's pet either. I just kind of came into class and did what they told me to do and got a good grade and then just like walked out. I never like really talked to anyone. The only teacher that I like really, I talked to like a few teachers a little bit, but the one teacher that I talked to extensively was my vocal ensemble teacher, who was my favorite teacher of all time. Like one of the best people I've ever met, honestly. He was legitimately, he's such a great person. I force my siblings to be in choir because I'm like, you have to be exposed to this man because he's a great person in my opinion. And you know, that was one class that I was really, really happy that I had, and that was one person that I was really so happy that I met, because he taught me a lot about how to be a good person, not by like telling me, but just by showing me like how to be a good person. He was always such a great person. So that was one teacher that I had that I really, really loved. And I hate going back to my high school. Like I hate going back there because I just have so many bad memories, and people at that school probably still laugh at me. But I definitely like go to the choir concerts because I just love that teacher. He was just a great teacher. Speaking of like vocal ensemble and choir and everything, in high school I was really involved. So I did in high school I did so much. I did track, basketball. I did basketball 4 years. I played tennis 1 year. I helped form a club with my two friends. We helped form Pacific Islander Club, and then before that I was in Poly Club, because I'm half Samoan, which probably a lot of people don't know, but I'm half Samoan. What else? I was in choir. And I always loved doing extracurriculars. I honestly wish that I did more. I wish I was in BSU, but basketball always got in the way of BSU meetings and everything like that. But I really loved doing extracurriculars because I just liked not being at home doing nothing. And extracurriculars is also just a great way to meet people. If you're in high school right now and you're watching this, I would highly suggest to do extracurriculars. Do a sport, man. Sports are great to meet people. Three of my best friends I really got close to through basketball. It was just a great way to meet people. It was also a great way to meet people that I didn't get along with very well. But I will have to say that, like, if you really want to find really good friends, I would say extracurriculars are a great way, because you already have that common interest, and then, you know, being on a team, you have to learn how to like work together and everything like that. And so extracurriculars were great. Vocal ensemble really, though, was the best experience. I really found a passion for harmony, I guess, just like singing with people. I loved my experience in vocal ensemble, especially like my junior and senior years, because I really found that like I love this. Like I loved it. I would find myself singing choir songs to this day. I still sing choir songs like in my car. Like I'll look up this one song we did, like a Phantom of the Opera medley. I still sing that song in my car. I loved the songs that we did, and I learned how to harmonize like with any song. So like I can hear any song, really, any song, and harmonize with it. I'm learning now how to harmonize lower, because I usually harmonize higher even though I was an alto. But I really enjoyed that. So I really had a good time with extracurriculars, which I'm so grateful for, because if I didn't have extracurriculars, my high school experience would be even worse. But I had so many memories where, you know, I just was having fun doing something that I really enjoyed, and finding people who really enjoyed it with me, and creating a bond with people. That honestly, like, if I see like a vocal ensemble member, it's like we have that connection of not only going to the same school, but also being in vocal ensemble and having like that specific experience, or, you know, a basketball teammate, you know, like we have that bond. Like that bond is really tight. And as far as like, I had great coaches for basketball. Most of my coaches I really loved. Great coaches at my school. Like seriously, because of the coaches there, I made it a point. I'm like, if I ever get rich and those coaches are still there, I am donating so much money to the program. I'm just gonna donate so much money to the program, period, because I felt like you know, I really was a part of that program. Like that program, I was so like tied to it. And so I think that's one thing that I think extracurriculars, even though basketball, there were some bad parts about basketball, but I think that extracurriculars are really what made me still have some good memories about high school, and still like, you know, they put a smile on my face whenever I think about extracurriculars that I did. So I'm really happy that I did it. As far as like drama, I know I talked about like social life, just about like friends and stuff, but as far as drama, I think that over the years I got less and less into drama. I think the only drama really came from like the basketball team, and that drama, to me, I was just so over it. Like I was just so irritated, because I felt like this would all be solved if certain people would just be decent, but like that never happened. And I'm not the type of person to just stay silent about things, which I should be, but I'm not. So if I get irritated with someone, there's like a boiling point, and then it just explodes. Like, I can't do it anymore. Like, I can't sit here and be silent. I can't sit here and keep playing nice. Like, I can't do it. There's a point where I just snap. And I think that, like, from basketball, there was a lot of drama. I know that I just suggested to play sports, but from my experience, playing sports with girls is very difficult because drama will happen. Drama, it gets so freaking dramatic. Oh my goodness, it was just so dramatic. Like, no, like, people just had to just be so mean and so disrespectful, and it's like, why can't everyone just get along? And it was that was bad. As far as like drama outside of sports, there was some drama. I remember like freshman year, there was a lot of drama just simply because of, I think, like, I don't think it was necessarily because of who I was hanging out with, but I think it's because like their drama kind of then became my drama in a way. And I'm not like blaming them for it because it didn't, like, that's not their fault. Like, honestly, if they were wrong, then I wouldn't have kind of been into their drama, but like certain things rubbed off on me, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but there was drama freshman year for sure. But then like senior year, there was like no drama. So I think social life has a lot to do with drama. If you don't want any drama, just don't have any friends. That fixes a lot of problems if you don't like drama. But if you do want a lot of friends, you're gonna have to deal with drama. So I guess that's like, that goes with that. As far as like other things about high school that I just remember, I remember like waiting for practice to start or waiting for a game and just having to stay at school for like an hour and a half before games or like practice started. And I used to always like take out my homework to do it, but never actually get any homework actually done. Because like I would be around my teammates, and that was always cute. That was always fun time. For the most part, there would always be like some type of drama though. I just remember like I never cut class. That's one thing I regret, because I feel like it would literally have not changed anything except like one day I just wasn't at school. But like I never cut class, but I was always, senior year, I was always getting out of class for like this event or that event or doing this or doing that. Like, I always loved that, because by senior year I was like, I get the gist of this. I get how to do this. I know what grade I'm gonna get in this class, so I don't need to be in this class. And I would like try to get out of like every class, but I never ditched. I never did anything bad. You know what's crazy? I never did anything bad, but some of the security guards were so rude to me, like so rude, and they were so nice to the kids that were bad. I didn't understand that. There was one security guard who was so nice though. I loved him so much. Man, what else do I remember? I remember like there a lot of, with sports, like a lot of running. I ran at that school so much. Oh my goodness. I was always at that school dog tired, hungry. I remember being hungry all throughout school, because I never like took any snacks to school or anything, so I literally just had my lunch and then that would be it. And then I would like go to practice or like have to go to a game, and I didn't have any spending money for the game, and so I would just be hungry because I was so scared to ask for spending money. But then like after I graduated, my siblings asked for spending money for like their games when they went off to games, and my mom would give them spending money, and I was like, what the heck? I was so afraid to ask you, but they're just asking you and you're just giving them the money. I was so hungry all the time. I remember there was one game where I was starving. Like, I'm telling you, I was so freaking starving. And for varsity, when you play varsity, you have to wait for the JV to play. So you're waiting and watching JV play, and then you play, right? So I'm sitting here watching them play. I'm extremely hungry. I have to play after their game. And I saw like this booth, this like table, and they had like, it was like this I guess this place for domestic violence victims. So like you walk up to them and like talk to them, and there's like a little candy bowl. So I was like, I need that candy. So I felt so bad because they were talking to me about such a good cause, but all I wanted was the candy, and I feel bad about it to this day. But I was extremely hungry. I just remember like going to like Taco Bell or like McDonald's after school. Taco Bell, oh my gosh. I remember a freshman year, I was like so obsessed with like going to Taco Bell because it was like the cool like social spot. And so we would go to Taco Bell after school, and there would be all these kids who were only spending like $1, right? So you have all these kids who are making all this noise and making a mess everywhere, and they're only spending like $1 because none of them have money, right? And I felt there was like this one Taco Bell worker that everybody knew because like all of the bad kids hated them because they were bad kids. Like he was always just trying to make peace at his job, and they were so mean to him. I felt so bad for him. People like made fun of him. I felt so bad for him because he was just trying to do his job, and it was just so ignorant. The school dances, I remember I used to I went to like every dance. I went to both proms. Prom was horrible, by the way. Senior year prom was trash because I didn't go with anyone. I didn't even go with friends. I just went on my own, and I looked horrible, and my makeup was trash, and I didn't get anything done, and I just felt horrible. So I danced really hard. Like dancing was cool or whatever, but I just felt like such a loser. Prom was trash my senior year. Prom junior year was crazy. There were 2 fights. That was insane. And I knew every girl that fought. That was insane. Prom junior year was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. What else? So much about high school, like so much. Yeah, there was a lot. It's so funny too because like certain songs I remember like taking me back to a certain time when like everyone was obsessed with that song, or everyone was obsessed with the dance that came with that song. So like I guess high school brings a smile to my face when I think of that, but then when I think about like my personal experience, it wasn't the best. But overall, high school was an experience, and it taught me a lot. I think it taught me how to really be myself and how to stay true to myself, regardless of what this person thinks or what that person thinks. I think it made me less of a people pleaser, which I'm glad for that, because being a people pleaser is not going to please you in the long run. And overall, like high school, it did give me some good like life lessons. It taught me how to like study for a test right before the test happens. Oh, pro tip. If you're gonna study for a test, first of all, sit by people who study, okay? And if you know that the teacher lets you like study right before the test, like 5 minutes, just start quizzing those people who've already been studying, and trust me, you'll get a good grade. I got A's on every single one of the tests that I did that for. So yeah, there was a lot about high school. I should probably be more in depth with this, but yeah, high school taught me, I think, how to really stay true to me, regardless of what other people think, regardless of how other people are going to treat me. I need to stay true to me. And from freshman year to senior year, I'm really proud of the evolution and like just me evolving into the person that I became. I'm 1 year removed from high school, but just the person that I became, I felt way more in tune with who I am. And I felt like I surrounded myself with people who genuinely accepted who I am. And that's very, very, very important. And I just, in general, learned how to deal with so many different things and how to deal with so many different personalities. So although high school wasn't the best experience, overall, it was a very helpful experience. And I'm so glad that I went through it. And if I could, I would do it all over again. I really would. I would probably change a few things, but overall, you know, I believe that everything happens for a reason. So everything that happened during high school happened for a specific reason. And I'm glad that God, you know, had those things happen, because I would not be the person that I am today. And I'm not where I want to be, but I'm good with the person that I am today. And I'm good with the progress that I'm making. So yeah, that is it for me. Thank you so much for watching this video and just watching me ramble about high school. If you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and comment down below your high school experience, what you learned in high school or anything like that. And please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I post every single Tuesday and every single Friday, and I promise I'll get back into makeup videos, but I really just wanted to post this video. Oh, and also, I used the Jackie Aina palette today. I've been doing this exact eyeshadow look for the past like 3 to 4 days, and every single time I get more and more obsessed with it. So yeah, this palette is bomb. I really highly suggest it. Anyways, yeah, that is it for me. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.